Actually, let's try a little experiment. Vyasaki Prabhu does this sometimes. Everyone keep going. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanandana Yamuna Tira Vanacharya Yamuna Tira Vanacharya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanandana Yamuna Tira Vanacharya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Goda Hari Bol. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Again, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama. One more time, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. Nashta prayeshvabhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya, bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Grantaraja Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktavrinda ki jai, Gaura Premanande. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is a good morning, isn't it? Yeah, best morning. Did you know that today is the first day of the rest of your life? Think about that. What an opportunity. Yes, if we're going to have comments from the very small children, that may be a challenge. If he keeps quiet, that's okay. Good. Today, as we have just heard from Govinda Dev Prabhu, today we're celebrating Brahmotsava. You might well wonder, how is this? Is this not Brahmotsava of Narasimhadeva, a sort of, maybe a kind of rasa bhasa, considering that yesterday we celebrated Radhashtami. Radhashtami is all about Srimati Radharani and her, as we heard so wonderfully yesterday morning from Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, the nature of Radha's love for Krishna and how we may enter into and partake in that love. How we might, how we want, how we need. And now, here we are, next day, and okay, Radharani is somewhere else maybe, and today it's all about Narasimhadeva. You know this word rasa bhasa. So we might think like that, but I like to remember the words of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I believe it's in his Navadvipa Navadvipa Bhavatarangini, if I'm not mistaken, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur worshipped Narasimhadeva, Laksmi Narasimha. There's a deity at the Yoga Pit, the place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in Shida Mayapur. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains we worship Lakshmi Narasimha. He didn't use the word instrumental, but in a somewhat instrumental sense. That is to say, we worship especially Narasimhadeva to purify our hearts so that Radha and Krishna can be present, can be peacefully present, happily present in our hearts. We might want to then consider, should we have this Brahmotsava the day before Radhashtami instead of the day after, as a preparation? That's something maybe to be discussed by the temple management. But it's just a thought that just now comes into my mind. So to begin with, I thought it is appropriate to appreciate something about, first of all, in general, in our society, Srila Prabhupada's society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, the worship of Narasimha has come by Srila Prabhupada's request. In particular, he requested devotees to pray to Narasimha for his well-being, for Srila Prabhupada's well-being. Srila Prabhupada's health condition was not the best, and so naturally there was concern, and devotees were very concerned. What can we do for you, Srila Prabhupada? And he said, you can worship Lord Narasimha. And he introduced the prayers that we chant. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Ladadayine Hiranya Kashipur Vakshaha Shila Tanka Nakalaye Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yami Tato Narasimha Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Narasimham Adim Sharanam Prapadye. We always sing this and chant this, often with little thought of what the words mean. I especially appreciate the second of these two verses, Ita Narasimha. Ita literally means from here, and parataha means literally from there. Narasimha. And often in Sanskrit, the verb to be is implied. So asti, itaha, Narasimha asti, or asi, you are present. So it's saying, Krishna, Narasimhadeva, you are present. You are present here, you are present there. Yato yami. What does that mean? Anyone know? Yes, wherever I go. Yami means I go, and yataha means wherever. So wherever I go, tataha there, Narasimha asti, Narasimha is there. And bahir, bahi means externally, Shri Prahlada Narasimhadeva ki jai. Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha hridaye, in the heart, nrsingham adim sharanam prapadye. Which Nrsimha? Adim Nrsimha, the original, the primordial, half man, half lion. The semi-teriomorphic form of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada introduced us to, and devotees have taken up very enthusiastically the worship of Nrsimha. And why? Why are we so enthusiastic for Nrsimha worship? Any suggestions? Because he protects us. Why do we need protection? Do we need protection? Yes. There seems general agreement, although some of you may be doubting. Do we need protection? Yes. Yeah. No? Yes. Maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Yes? Yes? Yes, we need protection. Why do we need protection?
Because we are small.
We are small, huh?
Maya
Maya
is everywhere.
is everywhere. Is Maya everywhere? We just heard that Nrsimha is everywhere. Does that? Which one is everywhere? Can they both be everywhere? Uh-oh. We have some achintya Veda issue here. Okay. So, and particularly here in Deutschland, there was particular concern in 1979 when this property was acquired. Sachinandana Swami, Ashok Kumar Prabhu in particular, found, isn't it? The two of you together were, yes, you were traveling. Oh, and Kriparama Prabhu found the farm. So that's nice to remember. No? No. Yes, okay. And so the idea came because we're very close to two borders, but especially to the Czech border. And in those days, and who knows, borders, they're constantly changing and so many things can change. But in those days, it was called the Iron Curtain. At least in America, that's what was it called in Deutschland also? Eiserne Vorhang, yeah? Yeah, so, there was kind of this concern about the political, let's say, two worlds, seemingly two worlds. For Prahlada, they're not two worlds. There's no enemies and friends. Everyone is a devotee. Anyway, so this concern was there, and so it was decided. Narasimhadeva should be our Ishtadeva. And so Lord Narasimhadeva came, and he came very quickly. He came more quickly than any of us expected. The deity was ordered in South India. Ashtarata Prabhu went to South India. He arranged everything. And in those days, if you had any kind of business with India, shipping especially, basically the best mentality to have was you place the order and then you forget about it. And if the order is ever delivered, you don't necessarily expect the order to be delivered. But if it's delivered, you can be very happy. Oh, it's delivered. Oh, yes, we ordered, this, that, or the other 5 years ago. And so with some kind of idea like that, Narasimhadeva was ordered. And then he showed up. He showed up. It was from the day Ashtarata Prabhu left Germany to go to India, and he had to spend several weeks to organize everything, to the day Narasimhadeva came in a big box on a truck, was 14 months. 14 months a day, we think, well, okay, that's, yeah. But in those days, wow. And the temple was not yet ready for him. So we're like, excuse us, Lord, but you've come a bit early. Don't mind, but we need some more time to finish the temple. That story is all described in quite some detail in this very wonderful book that devotees have compiled. What is it titled? The Nrsimha book? I don't know. Simhachalam. Glories of Simhachalam. The story of Simhachalam. So many of you have this book. If you don't have a book, you can get the book. And if you decide not to get the book, then 50% of your life is wasted. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So if you have who does not have a copy of this book? Okay, so you have something to go shopping for today. We all like to go shopping. We have Loy Bazaar out here by the grace of the Czech devotees. Yeah. So, and I wanted to say one more thing about Narasimhadeva here in Simhachalam, and that is that times have come more than once over the last, how many years is it now? From 1982, I believe, we had the formal installation. 43 years. It's been more than once that the situation here on the farm was what we might call critical, economically and in other respects. And the question has come up more than once. What do we do? Do we sell the farm and move Narasimhadeva somewhere else? And that has been discussed more than once. And then what happens? We come in the temple and we look and we see Lord Narasimhadeva, and he's there with Prahlada on his lap, and he's slightly smiling with all of his teeth, and he is looking at us, and he seems to be saying, well, I don't know about you, but I'm not going anywhere. And then we realize, well, if Narasimha is not going anywhere, then we also cannot go anywhere. And so Narasimhadeva is here, and we are celebrating the 43rd Brahmotsava. A word about Brahmotsava. I just looked it up, I confess, in Wikipedia. Brahmotsava is, a full Brahmotsava takes 9 days, if not 10. I don't know if that day will come when we'll have a 9 or 10 day Brahmotsava, something to think about. But 9 or 10 days in South India, especially in Tamil country, this is the main festival of any given temple. And what happens on each of these days, kind of the highlight, I would say, of each day, is that the Lord goes out on procession. And he goes on procession in a different vahana. He has so many different vahanas. And what he's doing, going on procession, Srila Prabhupada would say he's going for a stroll. You know the word stroll in English? Wie sagt man auf Deutsch? Spaziergang. Ja, ein Spaziergang. but also he is extending his territory. He is expanding, he's looking, he's surveying his kingdom, so to say. So this is something that the devotees like to celebrate, to participate with the Lord. We're making a very short Brahmotsava, but nonetheless we are joyful that we can celebrate with the Lord in this way. Good. Now I would like to chant a verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam. I requested verse number 10 of chapter 7. Yes, very good. Of Canto 7, this chapter is called What Prahlada Learned in the Womb. And we can chant together, śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, tvayā na prāpsyate saṁsthām, tvayā na prāpsyate saṁsthām, ananta anucaraḥ balī, ananta anucaraḥ balī.
śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, prāpsyate saṁsthām, anucaraḥ balī.
Srila Prabhupada said if we chant the verse 10 times, we'll memorize it.
No.
You doubt? Go ahead, others.
śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, prāpsyate saṁsthām, ananta anucaraḥ balī.
Ladies?
Ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, tvayā na prāpsyate saṁsthām, ananta anucaraḥ balī.
śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt,
mahā-bhāgavato mahān,
tvayā na prāpsyate
saṁsthām,
anucaraḥ balī.
Okay, śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca. Śrī-nāradaḥ, the great saint Nārada Muni said, ayam, this child within the womb, niṣkilbiṣaḥ, completely silent, completely sinless, sākṣāt, directly, mahā-bhāgavataḥ,
Great personality.
Great
a great something, a great what?
devotee.
A great, a mahā-bhāgavata is a mahā-bhāgavata, yes. A saintly devotee. Mahān, very great. Tvayā, by you. Not. Prāpsyate, will obtain. Saṁsthām, his death. Ananta, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anucaraḥ, a servant. Balī, extremely powerful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Translation, Nārada Muni replied, "The child within this woman's womb is faultless and sinless. Indeed, he is a great devotee, a powerful servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you will not be able to kill him." Purport, there have been many instances in which demons or non-devotees have attempted to kill a devotee, but they have never been able to destroy a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord promises in Bhagavad Gita 9:31, "Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati." This is a declaration by the Supreme Personality of Godhead that his devotee cannot be killed by demons. Prahlada Maharaj is the vivid example of the truth of this promise. Nārada Muni told the king of heaven, quote, "It would be impossible for you to kill the child even though you are demigods, and certainly it would be impossible for others." And so ends Srila Prabhupada's purport, śrī-nāradaḥ uvāca, ayam niṣkilbiṣaḥ sākṣāt, mahā-bhāgavato mahān, tvayā na prāpsyate saṁsthām, ananta anucaraḥ balī. Nārada Muni replied, "The child within this woman's womb is faultless and sinless. Indeed, he is a great devotee, a powerful servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you will not be able to kill him." Who is the mother of Prahlada? Kayadu, yes. So the woman referred to here is Kayadu. We know the situation, we know what is happening, that the demigods are coming with the assumption that since Hiranyakashipu is such a demon, his child, his coming child, will certainly also be a demon. There's a certain logic to that. However, Narada is anticipating that mistaken idea, and he's saying, "Stop." He's putting up a big stop sign. Halt, and saying there's no, even if you wanted to, you would not be able to kill this child. And why is that? Because mahā-bhāgavataḥ, mahān. He is a great Bhagavata. Now it's interesting that he is recognizing him as a great devotee even before he is born, and even before he instructs Kayadu with Prahlada in the womb. So already in anticipation, he is recognizing that Prahlada is a great devotee. What do you think? It seems to me that when we celebrate Narasimha's appearance, it doesn't really make sense for us to celebrate, to ignore Prahlada. What do you think? No?
Yes.
It makes sense to forget him? Yes. No. Okay. No, it doesn't make sense. In fact, in many respects, we may want to say that we celebrate Prahlada at least as much as we celebrate Narasimhadeva. We celebrate Prahlada as a model devotee. We may come to this later, but we'll see how the time goes, to consider just how Prahlada is a great devotee according to Sanatana Goswami in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita. But for now, what I want to consider is the idea of education, Prahlada as a teacher, and Narada as a teacher. Of course, first Narada is teaching Prahlada, and then Prahlada is sharing what he has taught with his friends. His friends? Well, his colleagues, his fellow demon children. Let me ask you about your experience. We all have been to school, yes? Anyone who never went to school? We all went to school. Before I ask you this, though, I want to mention something I saw just a few days ago. I was alerted to the existence of one documentary film called Schooling the World. It's a rather depressing documentary, so I don't know if you want to see it, but it's very illuminating of something which happens in our world. In particular, this film is telling about the institutionalization of schooling, especially in third world countries, and how, as a result, children are becoming incapacitated, we would say. You know this word, incapacitated? They become dysfunctional in their own communities. They lose touch with their communities. They lose touch, they don't learn how to survive in these traditional societies. Nor can they survive, they're being schooled for modern life, so they're learning, reading, writing, arithmetic, we say the 3 R's. They're learning how to use computers, and they're learning sort of regimentation, how to march in a group and things like that. And then they end up in the slums of so many cities, lost people. So that's, as I said, rather depressing. You all have experience in school. I have experience. We all went to school. Sachinandan Swami said he left school as soon as it was possible, right? Yeah, and hasn't regretted it, right? I persisted, for better or worse, but then I dropped out of college for 23 years and then was persuaded to go back to university. But perhaps you have memory of good teachers that you had in school, yeah? I remember I had a very good German teacher, Frau Thom. She was from Eastern Germany, von der DDR. But she was a very good, very patient teacher, very sober. Sometimes I felt bad for her because some of the other students would kind of make fun of her. And I thought how terrible this was. But she just endured, and she had a very strong sense of duty to teach us German. And I'm always grateful to Frau Thom for taking me on the first steps of the path of learning Deutsche Sprache. Would anyone else like to share some experience you have of a good teacher that you had in school? Don't all answer at once. Stas.
I had also very good German teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was very cool. Teacher.
Okay.
And was very, very funny. Like always, so very funny with him. So,
okay.
Yes, Nico, his name was Nico. He was originally from Poland.
Okay.
He was very tolerant. Yes, so I still would like to learn German with him.
And you feel some gratitude to him.
Of course, yes.
Yes, Gopinita. Yes.
I had a nice maths teacher.
Math teacher.
Her name was Miss Bannister. I mean, I quite liked maths, and I remember her telling me after one of the tests.
What was her name?
Miss Bannister.
Bannister.
Bannister. Very nice, elderly, small teacher. And she told me after one test, Sangeeta, please do not get emotional when making a test. And I was like, oh my goodness, what does she mean? And she showed me exactly where I was frustrated on a mathematical equation and I'd messed basically the rest up. And I carried this away with me. It was very nice that she took the time.
She said, don't be emotional.
During the test.
Keep cool.
Keep cool, yeah.
Okay. One more. Yes.
Even I had a very good mathematics teacher.
Also a mathematics teacher.
I was not that good at mathematics, and whenever there was exams, we were just reading it in the very last moments, and we're like, okay, we have max exam the next week, so start reading it. So she used to always tell this, that it's never too late. You can still start and you can try to finish up. So that was one thing which I always keep in my mind, and it's
very good. It's never too late. That's a nice lesson for us in general with regard to bhakti, devotion. It's never too late. What did Prahlada teach? What was the first thing that Prahlada taught to his schoolmates? What was the first lesson that he gave to them? Start young. Komar amacharet pragyo dharmang bhagavatan iha durlabang manushang janma api adruvam artadam. This life is artada. Do you know what artada means? Artada. Arta means value. It can also mean meaning. And da means not like The Simpsons. Duh. Da means giving. So giving life, giving meaning. Giving value. This life gives us value. That's his first lesson. But he says, komaram acharet. And this acharet is a kind of imperative. It's called the optative form, technically in English. And it means you should do this if you want a certain result. There's a stronger imperative, which is just do it. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. It's no accident, perhaps, that Krishna says vraja, and we immediately think Vraja Vrindavan. But technically the word means go. It's a technical word, go. Go where? Go to Vraja. And what does Prahlada Maharaj teach? Shanti, shanti, shanti. What does Prahlada Maharaj teach to his dear demon father? What is his first lesson to his demon father? Yes, give up material life, go to the forest. And what does Srila Prabhupada specify in his translation of that verse? Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada would write his translations and purports. He says, I'm writing, it is my ecstasies that I am writing. So he said, go to Vrindavan. Did Hiranyakashipu accept that advice? No, and that was the whole problem, right? That was the whole problem. But Kaumaramatcharat pragyo. So anyway, Prahlada is teaching, and he's teaching in a somewhat dangerous situation, isn't he? The two teachers, Shanda and Amarka, who were sons of Shukracharya, they could return at any moment, but while they were out, I often think they were out on a smoke break. Anyway, they're away, and Prahlada takes the opportunity to teach. And what he's teaching them is, of course, a completely different worldview than what their regular teachers are giving them. If you'll bear with me, I would like to share with you a little about the notion of education for virtue, because I think that one way of understanding and appreciating Prahlada Maharaj, he is the ideal devotee, as we've read here, mahā-bhāgavataḥ. But he's also teaching, we may want to say, virtue. The Sanskrit word for virtue, one word is guna. Guna. So he is himself full of virtue, and he is wanting to share this with others. In Western philosophy, brace yourself, now you're going to get a little lesson in Western philosophy. Are you ready for this? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. No? Yes. Maybe. I hear most of you silently saying, no, please. I had so much school. I played hooky as much as I could in school. You know what playing hooky means? It means not attending class. It's an English slang, playing hooky. Anyway, well, whether you like it or not, Hare Krishna. No, I don't like to say that. I find it interesting, and I hope you find it interesting. There's different ways of understanding how do we imbibe virtue. Devotees want to be virtuous. We want to be good, isn't it? We also want to be beyond good. Na dharmam, Shrutigana niruktam kila kuru vraje radha Krishna prachura paricharyami hatunu. Forget about dharma and adharma, says Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Just worship Radha and Krishna. Yes, but then again, we also practice dharma. Srila Prabhupada encouraged us to cultivate Brahminical qualities. We can say that his way of expressing virtue, cultivating virtue, is cultivating Brahminical qualities. And this is something which the word cultivation is important to. So, going back to Western philosophy, we start with Aristotle. You've heard of Aristotle, haven't you? Of course. Well, Aristotle had this idea. How do you learn virtue? By habituation and by practice. Just as you learn a skill, playing mridanga, playing harmonium, playing guitar, doing all the different skills that we might do as a result of practice, we can also practice being good. This was Aristotle's idea. Would you say that Prahlada teaches this? Yes, no. Okay, I'm going to leave this open. You can study Prahlada's teachings and then decide whether you are... Well, let me give you a hint. What does Krishna say as his second instruction to his dear demonic father? Shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnu, smaranam, padasevanam, archanam, vandanam, dasyam, sakyam, atmani vedanam. Iti pungsarpita Vishnu, bhaktischen navalakshana, kriyeta bhagavatyadha, tanmanye aditam uttamam. He says, I consider these 9 activities, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, etc., to be the best education. And what are these? What sort of activities are these that we do? They are, you can say, there are practices to which we become more or less habituated. Bhakti yoga, yes. Okay, the second sort of way of understanding or imbibing virtue is by philosophical inquiry. And the model for this in the Western culture is Socrates. You've all heard of Socrates, haven't you? We never read Plato, but we've heard of him. So Socrates used to go around town and sort of, we say in English, buttonhole people. He would, like, you grab someone by their collar and you say, hey, what do you think is justice? And he would, well, what is justice? Justice means whatever, and they will give some answer. And then Socrates will say, you think so, huh? Well, in that case, and then he would give a reason why what their answer, whatever their answer was, is kind of silly or stupid or not very comprehensive. And in this way, he would generate thinking about what is virtue, what does it mean, what are in the Western tradition 4 cardinal virtues, one of which is justice. So this questioning, and we hear again and again in our tradition that questioning is a good idea. It's actually a practice. questioning. Now, it's always a kind of humorous thing. You give a lecture and you talk about how important questioning is. And then at the end you say, so, are there any questions? And then the devotees go, no one dares ask a question about questioning. The third way of learning, would you like to hear the third? Yes? You're still with me? Okay. The third way is by example and by experience. Would you say that Prahlada is a good example of example? Okay, here we have no hesitation. Prahlada is a good example of example. And one reason that he is such a good example of example can be understood from mahā-bhāgavataḥ. And I will read, this is from chapter 4 of part 1 of mahā-bhāgavataḥ. Let's see if I can. Krishna-ksetra yo smritat-meva matto nrityangayan kampamano rudangscha lokan sarvan udharan saṁsthām vishnor bhaktim harshayam asatanvan. This is Lord Shiva speaking to Narada. As you may know, Narada is kind of touring, searching for the devotee who has received the greatest blessing of the Lord. And he has been speaking with Lord Shiva, first identifying him as that devotee, who then insists that this is not at all the case, that he is the greatest devotee, but rather he must go and meet Prahlada Maharaj. And in explaining this to Narada, he says, while immersed in meditation on Krishna, I'm sorry, correction. This is Narada now speaking to Prahlada. He's been convinced. Narada has been convinced by Lord Shiva to go and meet Prahlada. So now he's meeting Prahlada. And he says, while immersed in meditation on Krishna, you seemed to forget your own existence. Like a madman, you danced and sang and called out loudly, your body trembling. In this way, you spread devotional service unto Lord Vishnu, delivering all the worlds from the cycle of material life and filling them with joy. The name Prahlada, what does it mean?
One who gives happiness or pleasure.
Say again? I can't quite hear. Oh, okay. Yes, you're giving the technical. Prakrishna Rupena, yes. Prakrishna Rupena Ahlada, yes. Ahlada means joy. Prahlada means real joy, full joy. So here, Nārada Muni is recognizing that the character of Prahlada, that he is joyful, that he is full of joy, is such that he is delivering all the worlds from the cycle of material life. And this is an aspect, we can say, of Prahlada's character, which is an example. But now you may say, how is this an example for us? We do not feel such joyfulness, and we are not absorbed like Prahlada is to such an extent that he is forgetting his own existence. And we are not always dancing like madmen and singing, although we are sometimes dancing like madmen and singing, right? Especially, where is he? Vishnu Jan. So how is this? This is an aspirational example. You know the word aspirational? So we receive aspirational examples in devotional life. And Prahlada, in one of his prayers to Narasimhadeva, is speaking about his gratitude to Narada for inspiring him in devotional service. How does that verse go? Evam janani patitang prabhavahi kupe. He says, I have fallen into a well full of snakes. Kama bikama manuya prapatang prasanga kritvat masat surarshina bhagavan grihitva soham katam nuvisrije tavabritya sevam. He says sort of rhetorically, how can I forget my spiritual master? Narada has pulled me out of this well. And so Narada becomes also such an example. But related to example is experience. And we've been hearing from His Holiness Sachinandan Swami yesterday and many times about the importance of experience. But this goes very much together with example. We see someone else dancing and joyful and singing, and we get experience through that person of that joyfulness, and then we start dancing and singing, isn't it? That's very much how the whole devotional process works. There's one more Western sort of category of learning value, learning virtue. Do you want to hear this? Context and environment. Context and environment. Prahlada Maharaj was not in a good environment, not in a favorable environment. He was, we could say, while he was in the womb of his mother, was that a favorable environment? Well, in one sense, yes, because he had nowhere else to go than to stay there and listen to Nārada Muni, isn't it? And we can say that Narada was actually giving him initiation. There's a ritual process where one becomes as if reborn. If you do a very elaborate Diksha ritual, then there's a whole process where you come blindfolded to the place of initiation. So context, Prahlada, after he's born, he's not in a favorable context or environment. And yet, he makes it favorable. He becomes the favorable environment, we may want to say like that. Are we in favorable contexts for cultivating virtues of devotional service? What do you think? Yes, we are, especially here together. All of us together, we can appreciate what wonderful, favorable environment we're in. And yet, we all go our various ways after the festival, and we may find ourselves in less favorable environments, isn't it? And then what to do, right? Then we have to make effort ourselves to make the favorable environment ourselves. And we could say that this is what preaching is about. Srila Prabhupada often used the word preaching. He said, go out and tell others about Krishna consciousness. And by doing so, what are you doing? You're creating a favorable environment. I heard that yesterday some devotees went to Passau and did Harinam. Any of you here? No? Maybe it was the Czech devotees. Are there Czech devotees still here? Nope, they've gone back. Anyway, I was happy to hear. Yes, Passau. Why not? Keshava Swami Bhakti, what's his name? Swayam Bhagavan Keshava Maharaj made a very interesting point in a lecture recently. He said we need to have three things in our cultivation of devotional service, and I would say this is our cultivation of spiritual virtue, if you will. He said, first of all, we need to have a vision. How are we getting this vision? Well, we're getting vision from sadhu, shastra, and guru. We may want to say, first of all, from guru, but we may also want to say, first of all, sadhu. We hear from a sadhu who takes us to guru, and we hear from shastra. So from these three, we get some vision, but we need to also engage ourselves. We need to bring ourselves into that vision. And that requires deep reflection. How do I fit into this vision? Or how can I extend this vision? How can I participate in this vision in such a way that I'm helping to expand this vision? The next principle that Keshava Maharaj explained was plan. You need to have a plan. You need to decide, okay, here's the vision, so what are we going to do? Srila Prabhupada gave us a very specific plan. He gave us temples, he gave us deity worship, he gave us a plan how to worship the deities. He gave us a plan to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. He gave us a plan to distribute his books. He gave us a plan to establish farms, to learn how to become self-sustaining, and so on. He gave us elaborate plans. Still, we have to then make the specific plan. What to do, how to make this vision a reality. And the third principle that Keshava Maharaj gave is environment or context. We need to have a place, we need to have a space, we need to have surroundings that are favorable. We need to have, if we want to cultivate a garden, right, we need to have some space to make a garden. We have such beautiful gardens here at Simhachalam. So nice to see. Have you all been out to the vegetable gardens? Yeah, it's so wonderful how devotees are doing. And we are cultivating devotional service. And for this we need vision. What is first? Vision, then environment, context. So all of these are being given to us, and I would say Prahlada Maharaj is, I would say especially he's giving us a vision, and I'll end with this, a verse which you may know. He's giving us a very broad vision. We heard 2 days ago that the world needs healing. You said the world needs healing. How to heal the world? Well, one way we feel is very meaningful for us, artada, is to worship Narasimhadeva and pray to him. And Prahlada Maharaj prays to Narasimha in this way, Svastyastu Vishvasya Kala Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mitodhyaha Manascha Badram Bhajatad Athokshaje Aveshatam No Matir Api Ahituki. He says, Swasti astu, let there be auspiciousness. Swasti astu vishvasya, where? All over the universe. Kala, prasidatam, and let those who are kala, who are envious, prasidatam, let them be satisfied, let them be peaceful, let them be shanti, let them be prasidatam, let them be, let them not be demons, demoniac. Swastyastu vishvasya kala prasidatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mito diyaha. By meditating, dhyayantu, let them meditate on you. Manascha badram bhajata adhokshaje, let them meditate on you who are at hokshaja. Aveshatam no matir api ahaituki. Let everyone be satisfied and be happy, and let everyone be engaged in devotional service. This wish of Prahlada is the wish that this desire is integral, I would say, to our desire to approach. And now I'm going to jump back to our theme of yesterday. It is integral to our aspiration to receive the favor of Srimati Radharani, by whom we receive the favor of Lord Krishna. To have this vision that Prahlada is giving us. Prahlada is sitting on the lap of Nrsimha, and if you go to Mayapur, you'll see Narasimhadeva in a somewhat different mood. What is that mood? Say again? Wrong. It's Sthala Nrsimha. Sthala Nrsimha is Narasimhadeva. He's just broken out of the pillar. And he is, so to say, blind with anger. He is so angry. Eventually, he's going to see that object of his anger, right? And then he's going to give that object of his anger a little surgery, right? He's going to help him. He's going to teach him a lesson, yeah. But before that, he's, you see two of his hands, they're like this. I like to say, he's saying, where is that rascal? But here we have, and there's so many different forms of Narasimhadeva. If you go to, where is it? In South India. Ahobilam, yes. If you go to Ahobilam, you'll see so many different forms of the Lord. Here we have Prahlada Nrsimha. Prahlada is on Narasimhadeva's lap. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And it's described in one text, the Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya, I believe it is, that Narasimhadeva took Prahlada on his lap, he patted him on the head, and he licked him all over the body. Like a lion, like a mother lion will lick the baby lion. So this is Narasimhadeva in the mood of a mother. Hare Krishna. You never thought of Narasimhadeva like that, did you? But there he is with Prahlada on his lap. So, Swasti astu vishvasya, let there be auspiciousness for the whole world, and let it begin here, where we are in our environment which we create, which we sustain, and which we are blessed to be part of or be in the presence of Lord Narasimhadeva. Hare Krishna. I will stop there. And I believe that because we are not fasting today, it would be a disservice to all of you if I would spend time for comments and questions. Having said this, I also feel it would be a disservice if we did not ask His Holiness Sacinandana Swami if he doesn't have some point, some comment, some observation that he would like to share with us on this Brahmotsava occasion. Is there a microphone? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. It is more of a question. Brahmotsava, I heard from our Pujari, Amara, is translated as the Utsava of Brahma, the creator of the universe. Why is he having a Utsava, a festival? Because he's now installing the protector of the universe. Is that true, or is there more to know about Brahmotsava? I was happy to know this the first time, this type of definition. Can you maybe speak more on what this particular Brahmotsava or festival which we celebrate today is all about?
I would say that this is true, accurate, what you say, and we may also want to say that Lord Brahma he's the, founder, acharya of the universe. And so he blesses with his presence the temple where the deity is being established, because the temple is a kind of, to use the term of one of my professors, a mesocosmic form of the universe, or a mesocosmic. So there's microcosm, mesocosm, and macrocosm, yes. So we are all microcosms. Everyone's silent. It's an odd thing to think about this morning. I'm a microcosm, okay. And the temple is a mesocosm. It's an in-between. And of course, the universe is the macrocosm. So Brahma is the founder, acharya, we may want to say, of the macrocosm. And so he is also participating, we can say, with the installation of the deity in the temple, who is thereby establishing the mesocosmic universe of the temple. That would be another way of explaining. But I'm sure there are more, because the way these things are, you can explain in any number of ways. But yes, so we can say it's Brahma's festival also. Lord Brahma is generally very much neglected. As I understand, there are altogether in India only 2 temples of Lord Brahma because of, various reasons. Lord Brahma is kind of neglected. One of the temples I've heard is in Pushkara. Is that right? Pushkara? Anyone been in Pushkara? So, and where is the other temple? There's one very small temple, I think, in Varshana, isn't it? Going up the stairs? Yeah. I saw one deity of Brahma. He had 4 heads, in any case, in a sort of side shrine of one Taoist temple on a mountain in China. Anyway, that's Brahma. So, yeah, today is his day also. So we can we can honor Lord Brahma today as well. Why not? Was that all you wanted to say? Okay. Do we have any further announcements before breakfast?
Yeah, we will continue at 10 already, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, but we can all take prasadam and we can meet shortly after 10. And the idea was that His Holiness Satyananda Maharaj will start with kirtan inspiration, and then when the Abhishek starts, Satyananda Krishna Maharaj would sing then also. Oh.
Okay.
The Abhishek will start at 11. And the idea would be that Maharaj would give an inspiration on, and not only with talking, but also kirtan and how to meditate. Very often during the Abhishek, Maharaj gives inspiration. So the idea would be before the Abhishek, Maharaj will focus us. And today we have the advantage, we're not too many, so we will all have a chance to be right in front. Take advantage.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Shri Prahlada Laksmi Narasimhadeva ki. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Simhachalam Dham ki, Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.